The roses are beginning to wilt.
Hasn't rained in weeks.
Hopefully today though. Well, according to the weather report last night anyway.
Thank you, my love. I was ready for another cup. You know, I had the most curious dream last night.
Really?
Yeah. I was running through a wood of tall trees, and I was dodging from side to side to avoid hitting the tree trunks. Anyway, I got to the edge of the wood, and I ran directly at the boundary wall, but instead of trying to leap or scale the wall, I ran straight into it. Bouncing off it, I was laid there on the floor, dazed, just looking up at the sky. And then I heard a voice whisper, that old Greek proverb. In the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Get up, King Edward.
And?
I woke up.
And in this dream you could see?
Now that's the curious part. No, not a sausage. I was still as blind as a bat. Bonkers, eh?
It's nearly 8. It's time for the news.
Morning, the HMS Queen Elizabeth went down off the coast of Antarctica after colliding with the Japanese factory fishing ship, the Nissan Maru. It is not certain at this time as to how two of the world's most sophisticated ships could ever possibly collide, and terrorism seems to be the most logical scenario, though this is only speculative and as of yet unconfirmed. Because of the remoteness of the incident, rescue ships still haven't reached the coordinates of the collision. Casualties are unknown, but are expected to be high because of the freezing temperature of the Antarctic waters. All relatives were contacted in the early hours of this morning prior to this news being released by the Admiralty. The HMS Queen Elizabeth is the Royal Navy's biggest ever warship. The 65,000-ton aircraft carrier was on military manoeuvres, so had on board its full complement of 679 crew, which had risen to 1,600 to include the personnel to operate its air wing.
You do realise, if Amber was just a couple of years older and had finished her training, she could have been stationed on the HMS Queen Elizabeth. She could have gone down in those frozen icy waters.
When I think about all those poor mums and dads that were woken up early this morning to be given such dreadful news. Hey. Hey. It's all right. It's okay.
We interrupt this show to report major breaking news. The London stock market has forcibly been closed for the day as for the first time an automatic 5% fall, fail-safe buffer shut down the market until tomorrow. Shares were in freefall since opening this morning, with 5% of the market value being wiped out in just 2 hours, caused by the reaction to all of China's telecommunications going down and remaining down since midnight last night. Initial speculation is that China is a victim of an unprecedented, massive cyber attack, possibly made by North Korea or better known as ISIS. We will bring you further updates as soon as we get them. I return you now to... Sorry, I have just been passed another major breaking news report. 2 planes have crashed in London. I'm not sure if this is an act of terrorism, but I can confirm that the planes did not collide midair, but were 2 separate events that happened moments apart.
Hun, come here quick. Another major incident's happening.
Footage has just come in from our North London studio showing 2 huge plumes of smoke rising into the air from where the 2 planes came down. All air traffic over London has been diverted away from the city to alternative airports and will make emergency landings as soon as possible. All further flights have been cancelled forthwith. Until further notice, all of Britain is a no-fly zone. The Prime Minister, who is about to begin parliamentary question time, has rushed to attend an emergency meeting of Cobra at the Cabinet Office briefing rooms in Downing Street with all Defence Chiefs of Staff. I repeat, 2 planes have crashed in central London. This is just in. Several planes across London, the United Kingdom and France, and now Spain. Reports have just come in from Japan, the United States and Australia. It seems this is global. No reports of any explosions or collisions have been reported. All plane crashes so far have simply crashed into the ground.
Dear God, it's 9/11 all over again.
But this time it's happening all over the planet. How on earth did anyone orchestrate such a massive attack?
It is not just happening in the United Kingdom. Reports have been confirmed. This is a global event. Incidents of plane crashes have now come in from all over the world.
It's got to be something bigger than a terrorist organisation. A blast from a solar sunspot.
No, that can't be it. You're not thinking clearly. A blast from a sunspot would affect only 1/2 of the planet, not all of it, at the same time. It would take at least several hours, if not longer, to have global effect. And besides, the power would be down.
Something emanating from the earth then.
I'm sorry, hon, I really need to know what's going on. Would you please?
Oh, terribly sorry.
Reports are now coming in of people just standing, staring at their mobile phones. They are not talking to anyone. If their phones are taken off them, they continue to stare at the point where their phone was. This is happening everywhere. The government has immediately started to shut down all mobile phone networks, and Downing Street have released the following statement. Do not use your mobile phone under any circumstances. If there is an emergency, please use landlines to contact the emergency services. We believe that some form of visual brainwashing virus has affected all telecoms networks globally. Do not look at your mobile phone screen, even to switch your phone off. This is very important. Ignore your mobile phone if it rings. We have no information at this time as yet to be able to determine whether the effects are long-term. However, we believe they could be long-term, even permanent, so please take this information very seriously.
It's the bloody Chinese.
You're suggesting that's why they shut down all the telecoms just before they released this virus?
They started World War I at 6 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, and they've won the war by midday. If you'd have overslept this morning, you'd have woken up to miss the end of the world as we knew it. Who's that politician who were always banging on about Chinese technology being everywhere, being a major national security risk?
Edward, you're not supposed to say things like that anymore. It's considered racist.
Every modem, PC, laptop, mobile phone, servers, the whole telecom infrastructure, it's all made in China. Hey, no wonder why it was so bloody cheap. It were almost like as if they were giving it away.
Edward, really?
Stop it! Did you not just hear what the newsreader said? Do not, under any circumstances, use your mobile phone.
Sorry, hon, I'm just trying to get hold of Amber.
Use the landline, hon. Fingers crossed you'll get through to Amber this time.
The line's dead. Why doesn't she ring me? She knows I'll be worried until I hear from her.
I guess you'll be a bit busy. Just imagine if the excrement hit the proverbial fan, every soldier rushed to the phone to call their mum and dad. I'm being stupid. A sarcastic troglodyte, my love. I know I'm only making things worse for you. I'm so sorry. You've got to hand it to them, though. They've been bloody clever. World War I, 17 million people died. World War II cost the lives of what? 60 million people. World War III, well, with the exception of a few thousand people that were unlucky enough to be in the air, on the flights, or on the 2 ships that went down, well, that could be it.
We've still got our army.
Without communication, they're completely disorganised. They're probably running around like headless chickens. Anyone on their phone has gone AWOL. They could just walk in and take the lot.
We couldn't go down that easy, could we?
Put the news back on. Let's see where we're at.
Reports are now coming in. We have offered unconditional surrender to the People's Republic of China. We await their response.
It's time for our evening cuppa. Would you like biscuits or cake, hon?
Keep calm and carry on.
Things are about to change, but we can still remain British till the last.
Cake then, my dear.
Eat cake and carry on it is. Oh, Amber! Oh, it's so good to hear from you. We've been so worried. Yes, your dad's fine. He'd love to talk to you, yeah.
Hon, is everything okay? Hon? Are you okay? Hon? Are you okay? Hon? I've got you, babe. Looks like I'm going to be taking care of you from now on, eh? Oh. I'll get you that tea and cake now, eh? I'm coming, hon.